Well, pleased to be joined now by the co-defensive coordinator of the Buckeyes, Luke Fickell, soon to be the head coach of the University of Cincinnati. I guess you technically are the head coach of the University of Cincinnati, but
just haven't been there much.
Yes, but juggling a couple balls, keeping them in the air. How difficult a challenge has this been for you?
It's been tough, but to have great people around you. Obviously the staff defensively, Coach Meyer's been awesome with me. But it's the biggest thing is about trying to stay focused, and I think that's one of those things that has been the most difficult thing. There's sleep, there's different things you got to try to do, but the reality is when you're there and what you're doing, to be focused on what it is. I just remind myself of those kids. Those kids got a lot of distractions too, so if they can do it, I can do it.
Coach, other people have been in your position. I think what makes it a little unique for you, correct me if I'm wrong, is how long you've been at Ohio State. I know you've talked about this. Share with us some of your feelings about Ohio State and leaving Ohio State.
Well, it's one of those things I have not reflected on, and I don't know. You start to feel the lump in your throat even talking about that and thinking about it, because that's something I haven't spent a whole lot of time doing. For the first time, I started to clean out the wardrobe or some things at the house. Was probably one of the first times it started to hit me a little bit. But with everything that's going on, you haven't had ability to step back, reflect, think about all the things that you've done and how long you've been there, as opposed to just trying to put those blinders on, doing the right thing right here, and then getting ready to move on. The most difficult thing before you go is you don't really know when the end is. When you did this, it was January 1, you had a game. Now there's still some more leeway that, hey, we got plans here, and our plans don't end on December 31st. So one of those things is another thing that kind of sits in the back of your head.
Well, when you start to dial in and start to focus on this particular game and this matchup, tell me what you see from an offensive standpoint when you look at this team.
I think it starts with the quarterback. And I know that's what everybody talks about, the matchups out on the outside. We haven't seen a group like this probably all year. And I don't mean that we haven't seen some great receivers, but I'm talking about an entire group, as well as with the quarterback that can make every throw. So the deep ball is a huge, huge thing for them. And so the matchups out there, I think, are going to be one of those things that everybody's going to know about. Everybody's waiting to see. There's going to be some 50-50 balls, and you got to make those plays. The difference has to be up front.
It appears Clemson's pretty similar to your offense. How much during bowl preparation were you able to go your first defense against your first offense?
The first really probably 6 practices were really just that. And I thought that's what Coach did a great job of. The ability to give us the tempo and the speed of the things, but not only that, the size and the speed of the wideouts and those things are going to happen to us and we're going to see Saturday night. So that first 6 practices was pretty much spent all the ones versus ones, getting the good tempo, getting the good looks, the things that we'll see here Saturday night.
You talk about it all starts up front, obviously the defensive line and also your group, that linebacker. Is it going to be important to be able to shut down the run with the guys up front and not have to add extra guys in there?
Yeah, try to make a group one-dimensional. If you've watched them, some of their issues I've seen against the Pitt when they threw the ball 72 times, they got into a one-dimensional thing. I don't think that's who they'll be. Obviously, they know they got to have balance. Our ability to play with those guys up front, do what we need to do to eliminate the quarterback runs and some of those things on the lateral, to give us opportunities where we don't have to always be one-on-one on the outside, will be a big matchup for us.
Coach, how'd you go about simulating Deshaun Watson?
Well, again, we've got some good guys over there, so we've had an opportunity. I think maybe we've seen a little bit too much. Dwayne Haskins has done an unbelievable job for us, to be honest with you. His ability to throw the football and give us some of those looks. We knew we were going to get it. I think the greatest thing that Coach has done for us is be able to bring the wideouts down. So 8 minutes a day, every day, that he would bring the wideouts down, and we would actually have tempo periods and take shots and work basically everything that they do with our first team wideout. So it's given us a great look.
Luke Fickell, congratulations to you again. You've been great with us through good times and through tough times. There's been a little bit of both in the time that we've known you. Best of luck to you at Cincinnati, and best of luck, of course, coming up this week and perhaps over the next couple of weeks.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks a lot.